So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you guys are. So guys, Canelo Alvarez says that Ryan Garcia lacks experience to fight Gervonta Davis. Obviously, Canelo, I think, previously said that he picks Gervonta Davis in this fight just because he thinks he's a bit more experienced and Garcia needs more fights. Canelo knows the game of boxing. Canelo understands the sport. But I've got to disagree with Canelo on this one. Canelo obviously knows the sport of boxing. He understands it a lot better than most. But he took on a Floyd Mayweather very early on in his career, and he probably needed more experience before he got in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Gervonta Davis is no Floyd Mayweather. But you could say Ryan Garcia is no Canelo. However, I'll say this. For me, Ryan Garcia, there's no real other fight for him. You know, Ryan Garcia, although Ryan's young, I think this is a fight that both guys need. I mean, what are you going to do? Ryan Garcia's had enough fights now where he's able to go in there with Gervonta Davis and compete and even beat him. I don't pick Garcia in the fight. I think Gervonta Davis. But I would always pick Davis over Garcia, irrespective of what experience he has. Slightly, I would favor Gervonta. But I think Ryan can win the fight. So I don't agree with Canelo. I think now's the right time. I think when's going to be the right time? What fights does he need? Who does he need to fight? You know, to get that experience to fight Gervonta Davis. I mean, I don't think there is a right time. I don't think there is a right time. What would be the right time for Ryan Garcia to fight Gervonta Davis? Another couple of fights against who? Another couple of fights against who? Because really, Canelo is saying that Gervonta Davis is more experienced, which may be true. At championship level, he might be more experienced. He might have had some more tougher fights. But would this be Gervonta Davis's toughest fight in his career? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I don't think Gervonta Davis has beaten anybody as good as Ryan Garcia. You know, you could say, yeah, he's beaten guys like Pedraza, you know, but I mean, I think Ryan Garcia would beat those guys. So I don't really see what Gervonta Davis has beaten in his career, or who he's beaten in his career, that I don't think Ryan Garcia would beat. So when people slate, like when Canelo says that, oh, well, Ryan needs more experience. Yeah, I mean, you can get more experience, but who's he going to get that experience against? And how is that going to help him against Gervonta? He's had a lot of experience. He had the Luke Campbell fight. He's had he's had some decent fights now. I mean, he's had some good names. I mean, Gervonta Davis hasn't had a lot of fights against killers. Gervonta Davis has hardly fought. Who has Gervonta Davis fought, really? I mean, he's not been in there with the best in the division. I mean, if you look at it, they've been cherry-picking a lot of his fights. I mean, a lot of his fights have been pretty... I mean, he's been a massive favourite. I mean, you'd probably say the toughest fight was Isaac Cruz. So really, when you look at Gervonta Davis, you know, it's not like Gervonta Davis is very accomplished, or no. So I think personally, this is the right time to make the fight for both of them. I think both of them need each other. I think Ryan Garcia needs a big fight, and Gervonta Davis needs a big fight, and whoever's better, whoever comes out with a better game plan will win. I don't think Ryan Garcia, I don't think another 2 or 3 fights will mean Ryan Garcia definitely is in a better position against Gervonta Davis, because it's 2 or 3 fights against who? And the fights that he takes, those 2 or 3 fights where he needs to be in, where he'll be battle tested, he could lose those fights. So then the fight completely dies. So when Canelo says he needs a couple of more fights, the only way, there's no point of having a couple of more fights that are blowouts that he just goes in there and batters them. He needs a couple of fights where he's going to be tested and but he could lose those fights. Then this fight disappears. So no, I'm totally against that. I think that this is the right fight for Ryan Garcia. And if Ryan Garcia is good enough, he'll win. If he's not, then he'll lose. But I don't agree with Canelo, because I think that Ryan Garcia, if he's good enough, he'll go in there and get the win. And that's how you got to look at it. That's how you got to take it, man. I don't think it's a case now where Ryan Garcia should be looking to fight this guy. No, he should fight Canelo, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, sorry, he should fight Gervonta Davis. That's the fight. That's the fight. I mean, there's no other real fights out there for Ryan. So for me, it's going to do huge pay-per-view numbers. It's going to be a massive sellout. Both guys are going to make a shed load of money. It's a winnable fight for both. Yes, Gervonta might be favorite, but it's a winnable fight for both. I mean, if you're not going to take fights like this and say he needs more experience, I mean, you're never going to take fights. I mean, this is the perfect time for Ryan, really. And with all that's gone off in Tank's life, and he's had a lot of distractions. This is probably the best time to get Tank. So, although like I said, I don't usually disagree with Canelo. I disagree with Canelo here. No, I don't think Ryan Garcia needs more experience. I think Ryan Garcia, irrespective if he gets more experience, there's no guarantee he's going to beat Tank anyway. I think Ryan Garcia is where he's at. I don't think Ryan Garcia is going to get way better than what he is. You'll get more polished, and obviously you get smarter, better ring IQ, of course. But I think Ryan Garcia is at the stage in his career where he's capable of beating Gervonta Davis. But we don't want to wait for the perfect time where Ryan Garcia waits for the perfect time for him and he ends up getting beat. Because if he ends up getting beat, then that fight, I mean that fight is gone. It's gone. And we all seen what happened with Joshua Wilder. That would have been a mega fight. That would have broke box office, would have broke records. And look what happened there. I mean, both of them ended taking L's, and now it's still a massive fight. Still a massive fight. And Gervonta Davis with Ryan Garcia will still be a massive fight. But the fight loses luster because both guys have lost. Or if Ryan loses or Gervonta loses, anything could happen, because when you're getting in a boxing ring, I mean, and you're going in there with other good fighters, then anything can happen. So I don't agree with Canelo. I think this is the right time. This is the right time for this fight to happen. And I think Ryan Garcia is more than capable of going in there and shocking a few people. I think don't overlook him in this fight. I think Ryan Garcia is gonna come. He's gonna really put it. He's gonna really look to put it on Gervonta Davis. I think he wants to win. He wants to win this badly. I think he's gonna put the work in camp. And you're going to see the best Ryan Garcia on fight night. Whether it's going to be good enough to win, time will tell, and we'll find out. But I honestly think it's a great fight. Great fight. I'm looking forward to it. And this is the kind of fight, we've been talking a lot about the Jake Paul crap. This is what we need for boxing. These are the type of fights we need. These are the type of fights that get fans excited. These are the type of fights that are going to make fans stand up and take count and respect. We respect both these guys because they're giving us a great fight in their primes. And these are the fights that we want to see in boxing, which we don't get enough of. So this is I am very skeptical. Someone was saying the other day that the fight's so big and the boxing doesn't give us big fights, to the point where a fight like this, when it gets announced, you still don't believe it's going to happen until they're actually in the ring. And I'm a bit like that with this fight, because I'm so excited about this fight that I feel like until they're actually in the ring facing each other and the referee's giving them their instructions inside the ring, I won't believe that the fight's happening. And because this is a fight, this is a super fight, really is. Honestly, this is a massive fight. This is one of the big fights that could be made in world boxing, and they've made it. I thought, like, personally, I think it's as big as Spence and Crawford, even though this isn't for a title. But I think this is massive. I think Spence and Crawford, there's a lot more prestige, and it's for the undisputed and for all the belts, for all the marbles. So I can understand why there's a lot more attached to that. But I think these two are bigger names. I think they have a bigger casual fan base. Just look at their social media numbers. Both of them have more followers than Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. They're bigger entities, bigger brands, I believe. And I believe putting them together, you're going to get a blockbuster. I think the pay-per-view numbers could be massive on there as well. I wouldn't be shocked if the pay-per-view numbers. And I'm interested because I think it's going to be on DAZN. So I know it's going to definitely be on pay-per-view on DAZN. I'd assume it's going to be on pay-per-view in the UK, because there's no way they're giving us that fight for free. No way. No way they're giving us Ryan Garcia. Even in the UK, I think it's too big a fight for them to give us for free. Personally, I can't see that fight happening for free for us in the UK. So I expect we'd be paying for it. Maybe not what you guys over there in America will probably pay for it, but I think we'll be paying something for it as well. So yeah, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.